this DNVR too.
That is in the works.
Into the DNVR Rockies podcast, brought to you by Strava Craft Coffee. Don't forget to use that promo code DNVR20 because you get 20% off your entire purchase of that CBD infused, deliciously rich, and potentially life-altering Strava Craft Coffee. I am your host, Drew Creasman, managing editor of DNVR Rockies. With me, as always, is beat writer Patrick Lyons. And normally behind the scenes for the DFA show is, of course, you know him as Tech Boy, you know him as Kale Sorbo, you know him as super producer Kale. And today you get to know him as so disgruntled a Colorado Rockies fan, he is currently drenched, is the right word, drenched in Dodgers gear.
I am real mad. There's a story behind this. I'm not just like, my dad grew up in the LA area, so I have a ton of vintage Dodgers gear. That's what this is from. But I am very angry at the Colorado Rockies, and so I might just like be a Dodgers fan now. Who knows? I haven't decided yet.
That is how bad it's gotten for some folks out here, everyone. And so as a way of powering through that in a way that is maybe, I don't know, less sad or more sad. It really depends on you as the person. What we're going to do on today's DFA show, Patrick, is just we're going to meme through it. We're gonna meme through it together.
We are. We're gonna laugh until we cry, and then we'll just go back to plain old crying, because that's kind of the only thing we can do. It might be some dark humor, not too dark, but it's going to be dark humor because this is a sad subject. The trade of future Hall of Famer Colorado Rockies. Yeah, Liam. I can't believe he's wearing Dodger stuff and we're allowing it, but we're very vulnerable right now.
Is this legal?
He's kind of taking advantage of us. Like we've been discussing it for a while. The topic is coming up of, okay, you need an American League team now, just to balance, just to offset things just a little bit. Dodgers is not an American League team. Never been. So you're taking advantage of us, I think.
Can't be having that.
We will not.
I will say though, this is again the coolest. I said this before the show, but it is the coolest jacket I own. And I never get to wear it because I'm not. Yeah, wear a St. Louis. Please do.
Yeah. Jocelyn here in the comments. And remember, join us in the YouTube, subscribe, hit that like button, and wear St. Louis stuff.
In a weird way, I feel like St. Louis is neutral now because of Arenado. And it's like Yankees, you would, a couple of years ago, you go, Yankees,
you would never.
How dare you? And then you go, LeMahieu. Don't blame you. Don't blame you, right? Ottavino. Couple guys over there. Mike Talkman. I mean, that was really the one.
Well, yeah, if anyone.
Then LeMahieu, you go, oh, okay, yeah, now definitely. Talkman, I was already leaning that way, but now with LeMahieu.
All right, boys, we have a whole honking lot of these, and that's right. Patrick sure does almost make up for Kale's bad choices. Our DNVR Av fam in here roasting accurately. There's so many. Let's just get right into these and start grading them on a scale of 0 to 10, how we feel about them, how they make us feel. Let us know in the chat your own scores for each one of these, 0 to 10, and just let us know how it makes you feel.
And these are from all over the internet that we've just picked up all over, and we're not. Some of them we may have made up ourselves, but who's to say which ones?
All right, this is our first candidate.
All right. Yeah. The thing that's really sad about this one, I think this is a solid 8.5. We've got the Grim Reaper visiting several doors of former Colorado Rockies stars, Matt Holliday, Troy Tulowitzki, DJ LeMahieu, Nolan Arenado, all gone. And he is currently knocking on the door of Trevor Story. You could have added a few more doors.
David Dahl could have been in there.
David Dahl, Ubaldo
Jimenez,
Jimenez, Larry Walker.
This is a hard one to look at because, like before the Nolan move, I feel like I could have justified all of these moves, at least in my head. And now the Nolan move really does put everything into context, that it's about what he said the quiet part out loud. I'll say that. They finally said the quiet part out loud.
I'm going 8 only because it's on the darker side. And this one doesn't make me feel good at all.
No.
This one makes me feel really bad.
Horrible.
In fact, I probably should give it much lower. But it's creative. It's a great meme.
Yeah.
This is one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, I saw this one early on. This was
Nikki.
I can't
Nikki
remember
Palmy from
Nikki
Austria.
Palmy. That's right.
He had a whole page of items that were marked down for sale. You can even see that it's in the euros that were marked down for sale, and all of them are Arenado jerseys. And then actually Nolan Arenado himself comes at the price of free, along with free shipping, in addition to $50 million.
$50 million.
Yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 for me because putting it in normal people money terms really, really accentuates the absurdity of the whole deal. This is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, so far the lowest score in the comments is a 9.5. So this is a definite winner. Yeah.
Great meme.
I could be picky and go, I would like the Arenado with like a purple brimmed cap, like our jerseys, you get 2 options and you go, can I have it in it? Can I have Nolan in this cap? But I guess if you're buying it, I mean, he's not really gonna be wearing purple.
Can you bring that one back up real quick? Because I agree with you. Ships free, ready to ship, almost gone down there at the bottom. I hadn't paid specific attention to that. So ships free too. That's
quality.
The
quality. All right, this is what we got next.
All right, coming from Alex on Twitter.
This is just a tweet, but it's a good tweet. I'll give this like a 7.
Yeah, especially considering the moment. I think this is this may be like a 6 on its own, like a 5 or a 6. It's just Nolan looking perplexed over Jeff Bridic's shoulders, with the quote, Jeff, I know what I'm doing, all of us inhabiting the body of Nolan. But I think when you recognize that this picture comes from the day he signed the contract extension, that it bumps up to at least a 7.75 in my book, because that was the day they were supposed to be and actually I think he was literally happy that day, but that you capture this one moment that shows you the future, even if they didn't both of them know it at the time, that gives it extra juice.
Yeah, that certain word choice maybe, or a certain kind of spin, because again, we do this for a living where we have to speak, and sometimes if someone's maybe a little bit full of it or whatever, and I think we do a good job of hiding those things at times. But Nolan here, again, on what should be the happiest day of his life, he's already just a little bit. It didn't mean anything at the time, but now you look and go, oh, yeah. I'll give that one a 7.5 for sure.
Yeah.
I like this one better than the one of the Grim Reaper. I mean, that's.
Yeah. So this one's not really a meme. Just sort of a state of affairs where we're at with the Colorado Rockies. It is our pal Renee asking for her money back for her season tickets, which for the first time in my lifetime, my parents will be doing as well this year. So,
season ticket holders have the option of requesting a refund on the Rockies.com website, and that's what Renee's doing. She loves the team, at least the players, and loves the concept of the Rockies. Maybe not necessarily the ownership and where they're taking the club, but
I love how our language is evolving on this, trying to describe and explain, like, entirely as a community, this disconnect between, like, I love the Rockies, but not the Rockies though. No, not the Rock. What I mean is, like, love the Rockies, but
I
not
love
those
the
guys.
concept
Right. It's the
of a
concept of the
baseball
Rockies.
team that plays in
Right.
Denver, Colorado, with a really
going.
beautiful city
Right.
Yep.
that wears purple. I
And
love
it's
that
called
concept.
the Rockies.
That's the best concept
All
ever. The
great
actual
concept.
Colorado Rockies do not love them right now. Not a love affair between the two of us.
Exactly. All right, what's next on the old meme machine?
We're gonna get to some funny ones here too.
This is my personal fave.
Here we
borrowing
go.
a meme from
Very dark.
DNVR Nuggets Twitter. This is a burning of Coors Field with a phenomenal Photoshop of Jeff Bridich over his own shoulder in a little angel head going, "Yeah, Jeff."
So for those of you that don't know the genesis of this meme over on the Nuggets side, the positive idea of it being Michael Porter Jr. telling himself in his head all the time that he's good to shoot it, yelling, "Yeah, Mike," in his own ear. And that kind of blew up over on the Nuggets side a week or two ago. And so if you know that story, the idea of Jeff Bridich with the same confidence of a Michael Porter Jr. going to shoot his shot, but making some of these moves that he's made as Coors Field burns around him. I'm gonna give it a 7 because I know the backstory, but I wouldn't be surprised if people give it a little bit lower, just based on, I think you need a lot of explanation in order to fully get it.
True, and I think that helps you bump it up a notch and justify it. But even if you didn't know that, because I saw the Jeff, but I didn't know all the specifics about MPJ talking in his own ear. I just saw Coors Field burning and Jeff Bridich being pretty pleased with himself. That in and of itself, you go,
maybe it works better on that level than I realized. Maybe, yeah. Okay.
That's fine too. That's fine too.
Fair enough.
Coming over from Nuggets Twitter, where "Yeah, Mike" is the greatest meme that's ever happened to us. I give that a 10 out of 10. But
12 out of 10.
That might just be because I am very involved with Nuggets Twitter.
Very involved with "Yeah, Mike" in general, the entire "Yeah, Mike" phenomenon. That's
all
fair.
right. This is next.
Oh, Mr. Steven Crowder. I don't know what the original one was. Drew, you might know it. He's a political guy.
The change my mind guy. Yeah.
Change my guy, Steven Crowder. And Monfort Brothers and Jeff Bridich are trash, is what his sign says. He's got his cup of coffee, and he's challenging everyone to change his mind.
This is a 6 out of 10, purely just because it's true, and I don't want to change his mind.
There's no one sitting in the chair next to him. No one.
Right.
Taking him up on the challenge.
I'm not a fan of this one. This is 0 out of 10 for me. I don't call people trash. I don't care. That's just a rule I have. I don't ever call people trash. So
that's valid.
That's fine. But I also not the most original I've ever seen. If you had a lot of places you could have taken the "change my mind" meme. There's a lot of different. You could have gotten a little more clever with just "they suck," and even "they suck" might have been a little punchier than "they're trash." So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Although it looks like I've got a little bit of support here in the comments. Hippie Cow with a 3, Liam.
We've seen it so often, and right, you don't want to say that people are
with you guys.
Their decisions might not be so good. I don't actually like this.
That's not a good meme.
But
yeah,
but you get. Oh, I get it. I get the idea. Again, especially when you consider there's no one in the chair defending. Like, actually, you know what? I do have a counter opinion to it.
Right.
I don't like your language, but no one can really refute that, I guess, to a degree. But
exactly.
Yeah, not too big of a fan.
With you.
All right.
Okay, here we go. So the evolving clown makeup meme, for those of you that have seen the evolving clown makeup meme, right? Where you get progressively more clown makeup on your face. So Panic traded Tulo 2 years late. Okay, that's not good. A little more makeup. Signed Brian Shaw for 3 years, $27 million. A little more clown makeup. Signed Ian Desmond, 5 years, $70 million. It's a little bit more clown makeup. And full clown makeup is, of course, traded a generational talent in Nolan Arenado for a ham sandwich. See, ham sandwich is
that
where
might be a little generous.
Like, you don't need to do the trash thing. You gotta call someone out for being a ham sandwich seller, trader, buyer. That's so much better for me. 9 9.5 out of 10. That's really good stuff. Right
I've at least heard of a ham sandwich. What the Rockies got back in the trade. I hadn't heard those words or names ever in my life. So I think a ham sandwich is being generous.
I should also put this one out of 10 because I feel like this was the one that I saw where this idea kind of was birthed, and I'm like, you know what? You see a lot of the same memes, and as we go on, you'll be familiar with them, pretty clearly. But the clown one I hadn't really seen all that much. I guess I don't go down those avenues, and I saw it and I go, okay, that's good, and because it's a 4-panel, right? You've got 4 pieces. It's not just kind of a lot happening at once. You got to figure it out. It really evolved, and yeah, for that was the genesis of this. Got to be a 10.
So this next one, I'm going to need you guys to explain for me because I got to be honest, I don't get it. So.
Oh, you don't know who Kenny Powers is?
I'm assuming this is from a movie or a TV show I've never seen. So.
Yeah, this isn't a meme so much as something I saw someone posted, and I go, this is cool. I'm digging this. It's Kenny Powers' head on top of Nolan Arenado celebrating, I believe, at Wrigley Field. This was the wild card game.
It looks like Wrigley Field.
Looks great.
A lot of blue in the background.
It just looks great. It just looks cool.
Patrick, can you give Kale the quick rundown of what Eastbound and Down was and why there's this funny, weird baseball connection?
So,
I'll be ready.
You know how Trevor Bauer is pretty eccentric, right?
I'm aware of that, yes. Well,
what if he wasn't very good to begin with? Well, that's kind of Eastbound and Down is Kenny Powers. He's like he's a guy who played with Atlanta. He was a closer. John Rocker said a bunch of controversial things. Kind of a country boy, and was a little wild. He had got rocking the mullet, and so Kenny Powers is that character. He's every Danny McBride character that you've already seen, but as a baseball player. How great is that?
Perfect. So this is a movie then?
HBO television series.
Oh, okay.
I believe it got 3 seasons. Yeah.
Like I said, I have never seen it, so I think it was probably before my time. Danny McBride, I think of as the guy from all those Seth Rogen movies. So
Pineapple Express.
I mean, incredible at Pineapple Express. This Is the End is probably my favorite Danny McBride performance, but we don't need to get into that. I think Drew is back, so we can get into our next meme.
Our next meme is me opening this Vanilla Porter Jr. for you Nuggets fans out there. Taking a cool, calming sip because we need just a minute. These memes have been coming out hot and heavy. Vanillatine's Day? How had I not seen that before?
I did not create this. I think this is a Lindsay doing, but phenomenal.
No, this is on their website.
Lindsay a hard
Go to
time.
breckbrew.com and you can officially celebrate Vanillatine's Day. Vanillatine's would be good too.
Love it.
We, in addition to drinking the vanilla porter pretty regularly, we love to put it in chili and those kinds of things. It's really, really good for that stuff. Dessert beer when it's colder outside. Very much enjoying my Vanilla Porter Jr.
Where are you getting that meat from in your chili, by the way?
Oh, right. Yeah. The chili all comes from Haskell Cattle Company these days. We got a big thing of it down there, too. Big old pound thing. We just defrosted. Got that going. We got the chili. Seriously, you put the Vanilla Porter in with the Haskell Cattle Company. This all comes after you've had your Strava Craft coffee throughout the day. You're feeling very, very good. The farmhouse, it turns out, is open. They're doing some socially distanced curbside pickup, so call 303-803-1380. Use that code DNVR. You save $5 off food and beer. You get it. It's really just damn good beer. You know it. And if you can't get out there to the farmhouse, then you can get it at the liquor store, at King Soopers, down at the DNVR bar. Again, socially distanced. Make sure you RSVP if you want to come out to a watch party. But you can't go wrong with a little Breck beer, and you can't go wrong pairing it with baseball, even though it's going to be rough, but also another sport. If you're saying, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with my time, I'm going to be watching a lot less Rockies this summer, we've got the perfect solution for you. Learn a new sport. Rugby is amazing. I promise you'll enjoy it. You'll get into it right away. Listen to one episode of the DNVR Rugby podcast with Colton Strickler. Follow him at Colton Strickler. Follow at DNVR Rugby. And you'll be hooked by the end of the week. It's a really, really fun sport. It's a really great game to get into, and now is the perfect time to do it because Colorado is going to be the home of it. Right there in Glendale, Colorado, being known now as Rugby Town, USA. You want to get on the ground floor of the USA Eagles men's and women's 15 teams. Plus, there's going to be a lot of really interesting athletes coming out here and trying to make that transition, whether it's from XFL, Glenn Big Dog Robinson. They got Sean Clark, who worked out with the Colts. They got Ed Paris, who played corner at LSU. They got Norvell DJ Stewart, who was a safety at the University of Rhode Island. So all these people coming out, some great athletes trying to prove that they can make it out there in the world. Check them out. I promise you'll enjoy it. It's fun. Beer and rugby, almost as good as beer and baseball.
Yeah, I wish we did have a meme to get our latest bit of breaking news, but Arenado goes to the St. Louis Cardinals, and now Gerardo Parra, after a year in Japan, re-signs a one-year deal with the Nationals. So sorry, Rockies fans. It seems like it's going to get
happy he's back. That's great.
It's only going to get more worse than it's going to get better. Yeah, Baby Shark is back. That's true. Let's look at it like that. I was going to
say, Parra in MLB is better than not Parra in MLB.
Okay, you make me feel better about that.
Keep those comments coming. We really appreciate it. You guys are lighting it up. Remember, if you're not with us now, you're missing out on the live. This was the wrong show to miss, by the way, these visual memes. We're doing our best to describe them. But if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you're missing out on this stuff. And whenever you hit that like button, leave us a couple of comments. It always helps other people come and find us and hang out. So we make sure that none of us are going through all of these things alone. And of course, every day, if we're not on YouTube, check on Facebook and Periscope. We're live there. We're always doing the thing together the best we can. So, all right, let's jump into the next part still of the podcast that is presented by Strava Craft Coffee. We've got this one here, just simply the text.
This is another tweet that came out the night of the trade, and it might read not that clever now, but the night of the trade, it blew up for good reasons.
Right. It really is the simplistic way of just Cardinals. We'd like to trade for the best thing to happen to your franchise in the last 15 years. Rockies. There's no way we can do that. Cardinals. Okay. What if you also gave us $50 million? Rockies. Deal.
It really does. It again highlights the absurdity of the deal.
10, and
it's a 10 out of 10.
It's pretty accurate.
So for me, it's a 5 out of 10.
Ooh,
because
do tell.
While I love the sentiment behind it, it is helping lead to a gigantic misunderstanding that people are very legitimately having about this. They don't understand how the move can be made to save money, and they also sent $50 million, and that it's adding to that confusion. This is technically not accurate, and so maybe it's just my penchant for, I really like the attempt. I feel like there was a way to make it kind of, I don't know that you could make it quite as punchy without it, but no, the Rockies save money in the deal, so it ultimately is I get what you're saying. I've seen a lot of versions of this joke of the, but they also sent $50 million, but that's just that's like when a guy signs an arbitration and people go, oh, well, he's only around for the next year. It's it's just a misconception people have about how these weird finances work. And so it's not the biggest thing in the world, but meh.
All right. This is what we got next. This is an oldie but a goodie, a classic meme. Just a girl smirking with the house on fire behind her. It's a classic meme. Okay, do I need to explain the jacket thing again because we have a bunch of new viewers?
People coming in still newly.
Here's the deal. I'm slightly I'm a slight closet Dodgers fan, not in 100%. My dad grew up in the LA area. I have a bunch of old Dodgers gear because of it, and I'm really mad at the Rockies right now, so I'm protesting by wearing my Dodgers gear and not my Rockies year.
What you're going through right now is what's called an identity crisis. And I think a lot of Rockies fans are going through that right now. They know who they maybe want to be, but there's something else telling them maybe they shouldn't be, and it's hard to know what to do. But give it some time, and this whole thing will work out. Not for you, but for everybody right now that's frustrated in Rockies Nation.
Liam, I'm very sorry. I am so sorry to harm you in that way.
It's just brutal out there. You all should start a riot out there in the YouTube comments to make sure, like, gather together and get Kale to take that jacket.
You can cyberbully me into taking it off. It probably won't take that much. I got to be honest. All right, next meme.
I heard it could just be a super chat. I think that might not be all that it takes.
9 out of 10, by the way, on the little girl with the fire burning for me.
It's a classic.
That's a solid 9 out of 10.
Same.
This one makes me sad.
What do we got
our buddy Ryer Garden Schwartz.
Oh yeah,
it was the video that Rockies put out about Nolan being Nolan in San Francisco at Pac-Bell Park at the time, now Oracle Park. Goes out of his way, makes a fantastic catch, falls up onto the tarp, and so Ryer just said, this video should have been made for his retirement. Instead, it's hitting me in the fields on February 1st and costing $50 million. Yeah, it's. We on Friday night, I read a tweet by John Morosi, Drew, and I was saying it felt like he had passed away, where he was just sharing his favorite Nolan Arenado story. And you go,
right,
wow, but that's how it feels for some people, when someone, moves away to another state or another country or makes one of those choices. It's kind of like they're gone for a period of time, and it's like losing a family member in so many ways. So these will get
the comment
cheerier.
section is coming in with sadness out of 10 for my DNVR house.
These are going to get cheerier.
I'm pain out of 10. That's where I'm at. Pain out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's right.
This is another one of my favorites. The Jane Lynch meme from Glee.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm going to create a trade that is so unjustifiable.
Yeah. Yep. That's a pretty good one. I've seen this one used a lot lately, and I don't know how you could have made it much better, but still a quality 7, 6.5.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
I like this meme. It makes me laugh. And that's Fair enough. Like it made me laugh. And so I'm going to give it an 8.
For me, 6, because it's just been done so much.
Kenneth coming at your television taste right now with all up to date on Glee and no Eastbound and Down. Though makes perfect sense to me.
Guys, I studied musical theater in college. This should not be a surprise to anybody.
Priorities.
Kale didn't just watch Glee; he lived Glee. Damn it.
We're working with the kid, all right. We'll get him caught up to date with some references.
We'll get him some Eastbound and Down. But
all right, this is what we have next. This was one of the more clever ones I saw.
Very dark.
Oh man, yeah. This is dark, but as opposed to the others, I appreciate this one. It's probably all my years of playing video games and watching anime and seeing this exact same scene, but with like an apocalyptic landscape in the background or whatever, but just the sword right through Nolan Arenado's back, dripping with blood. I mean, it speaks for itself, right? Is the metaphor clear?
He's kneeling at the crest of the interlocking CR, going through his back. The blade, I didn't realize, says Bridich on it. Wow. And then the handle says something else as well, which
Monfort.
Yeah. I didn't
notice that.
That was very sad seeing that.
Messed up out of 10.
You are really front-loading these non-humorous ones, Kale. These are all the darkest.
Okay, Patrick, I have like 35 of these that we're working through.
There's so many.
So
the second half of tonight is largely more humorous.
This one's just a tweet of Dumpster on Fire saying boycott Coors Field, boycott the Rockies, which that is a choice that some fans are making. I might be one of them. I haven't decided yet.
Fair enough.
I'll give that one a 6 out of 10. It was like
6 out of 10.
Anything with dumpster fires is
That's a good tweet. I thought this one was clever. This is
I scrolled by this one 10 times before I realized what it was, because it's just, again, the interlocking CR, and someone slipped in a Y in a similar style, and it says cry. And it reads, imagine paying a team $50 million to take the best third baseman in baseball and not even getting a top 100 prospect back. Cry.
I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10 because cry is what I did that night when it happened. So
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yep, creative. I'll give that a 9 for sure.
Yeah, I'm more in the 8 category, but yeah, I mean that's good stuff.
This is a good T-shirt that
it's not D-line yet. Here we go. That's okay.
Every once in a while,
we talked about
other
it.
than D-line comes up. Yeah,
this is almost
Street
what we
bozos.
talked about.
Yeah, it is.
It's clever. I like the alliteration in general. Good shirt. 7.5. I agree with you, Liam.
And this was posted before yesterday's podcast where he said, that Roger Goodell just as a clown. And you got Bridich and Monfort there. So shout out to those guys.
This is the next one.
Our buddy Manny Randhawa using the Jordan meme from The Last Dance, where Rockies, we have traded the face of our franchise because he wanted out, because we didn't build around him after signing him to a long-term deal. And Rockies fans, as Jordan, and I took that personally.
Because it was personal, man.
This is great. The only thing is, I think his sentence is a little wordy. I think it's just a little wordy up top. You might want to just cut to the point a little. I mean, you probably even could have just cut it off after the first sentence. Just Colorado Rockies traded their franchise third baseman, and I took that personally.
100%.
That's I think,
7.5 for the wordiness, maybe. It could have
potential. It could have been 10 out of 10.
Could have been a great one.
The
idea
still
good.
Yeah, very much.
8. Yeah,
someone needed to do the, and I took that personally because a whole ton of people did.
True.
Yeah, true. There you go. Brendan's giving it truth out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm good with my numbers. There's a lot of these out of 10 that I don't
these
recognize
numbers I didn't remember in
numerals or digits, but we got smart fans. I trust them.
Oh, I accidentally did that one twice.
I definitely it could be a Roman numeral. All right, so someone sent this to me based on the fact that I tweeted something out. It wasn't positive. It wasn't any kind of spin. It was just that in I believe it was the 97 Texas Rangers, they had both Benji Gill and Fernando Tatis on that team. Well, both of those guys had sons who are professional shortstops. One of them is Fernando Tatis Jr. of the Padres, and now the Rockies have the other young shortstop son from the 97 Texas Rangers, Mateo Gil. So maybe not quite the two Spider-Mans looking at each other. Spider-Man.
I'd say that's quite an ask of Mateo Gil to be Fernando Tatis Jr., but
yeah.
And actually, Spider-Man's is correct.
Plural Spider-Man.
I love Liam's question mark. Yeah, people are not convoluted out of 10. That's funny. People don't know who Mateo Gil is yet. Though. We'll
That's a deep cut.
Yeah,
that's a deep cut. Although you could see somebody in the front office going, "Hey, you know what? Wow, the Padres got their guy. Now we got one. Now we've got a son of a former major leaguer like Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Now we got Mateo Gil, son of that other major leaguer that everybody knows, right? Benji Gil. Everyone knows Benji Gil.
Hey, well, if you don't, make sure you're following us on social media and subscribe to the DNVR.com, because next week we're finally going to jump into, who are these effing guys, as they say at the beginning of Major League. So haven't really done that yet. We'll give you the entire life story of each of these 5 guys next week, I promise.
And tell you how to pronounce their names, particularly Elihuris Montero.
I was going to say, as soon as I learn how to pronounce it.
This next one is very timely.
I love this.
The Bernie Sanders.
No, it's maybe because I come from this realm and I was just so overjoyed at watching this happen organically through the moment. The Bernie Sanders meme, sitting there at inauguration, mittens, just looking completely uninterested in what's happening. And of course, we've got now over it 2021 to 2024 Rockies opening day. And yeah,
I mean, the opening day is not the problem. It's really game number 2.
I was going to say,
More
actually,
than
opening
anything.
day, there's it's games 2 through 162 that I think that's really.
It's just a general
yeah.
idea that it's going to be some hard times for the Rockies there. And again,
it's a good meme because it's timely. I'll give this one an 8.
Yeah, it's probably not going to hold up the test of time, right? We're going to look back a year from now if we do like another meme show and be like, oh, that was everyone loved that one. That was everyone's favorite. I don't remember. Is that Larry David? I don't remember what that was about. It must have been an outtake from Curb. I don't know.
Yeah, fantastic.
All right, next we've got the classic guy looking over his shoulder at another guy. And this is how a lot of Rockies fans are feeling right now.
Yeah.
Looking at your American League team while Dick Monfort's like, wait, no, come on. Hey, we've got something together. Don't do that.
We are not rebuilding, everyone. Apparently, we are not rebuilding.
There is a nucleus. There is a nucleus. We've heard.
This is a good meme.
Yeah,
it's
a
classic.
8 at least. Yeah, classic. It's
one
not
of those
going anywhere.
This is one of the meme formats that I don't think will ever go out of style.
Right. Totally.
Very classic. And there's only one baseball team in town, and you go, if you put Nuggets there, you go, well, Rockies fans you can be a Rockies fan
both.
and be eyeballing the Nuggets, but you'd have to be an AL team. Okay.
People ready to jump and cheer
White
for other
Sox.
teams
Here
will
we
give
go.
it a 10 out of 10. There was a whole conversation in my Menchies today. People going for the Mets, Blue Jays.
White Sox is a great choice. In my opinion, they have the best branding in baseball. And I like choosing things purely off of logo design. So I think you made a great choice.
If we ever branch out, we could have an ALF show. ALF, ALF, American League Friday, where Friday we talk about everybody else's what's going on in the American League. Yeah, we'll take like 3 minutes to discuss the Rockies, and then we'll discuss the American League on the ALF show.
All right, let's power through these last 12 or so.
All right, the classic finger between two buttons. Okay, so you've all seen that meme, right? Which button do you press in the emergency?
He's stressing.
Arenado, or trade him for Meh and pay him $50 million. This one avoids the trouble of the earlier ones again, where I go, the technicality, because of the perfectly presented, the way, especially after the press conference where Dick said things about like how he anguished sleepless nights over trying to figure out this conundrum. Like keep Nolan Arenado was a difficult thing for them to figure out. I'm tempted to give it a 9.5 out of 10 because of that. Just because I feel like it so perfectly encapsulates like the anxiety that they felt about this, which is like, how was that how you felt?
Can we talk about that for a second? Just because I saw that quote come out, and then I watched the clip, and when he was like, there's several times over the last 2 weeks where I thought the St. Louis deal didn't make sense, and I want to just scream in his face. It's because it doesn't, Dick. It doesn't make sense. That's why you laid awake at night thinking it didn't make sense. Ah!
Yeah, was the 10th time the deal that he accepted? Because we don't know. He said 10 times it didn't make sense. How many offers
time
did
number
you get?
11, he went fine.
10.
Yeah, right.
or all 10. It's like, but I was told it was going to be good.
Or the press conference when Jeff Bridich, and I swear they went back to back, and I know they didn't actually, but it felt back to back in the press conference when Jeff Bridich said, "If someone's looking to assign fault, you can assign fault to me. It's my fault." And then I swear to God, the next thing out of Dick Monfort's mouth was, "I have not even considered firing Jeff Bridich." Like,
those two statements were pretty close together.
I know they weren't back to back, but it sure felt like it. And it was, I'm so mad still. Sorry.
Oh, before we get on to the rest of them, before we do that, because I think Cygnus pointed out here, the rush hour one was one of ours. Was that you or Michaela?
I think Michaela tweeted that out. Yeah.
So Michaela did the rush hour one and the Moneyball one.
Yep.
So those are like full GIFs, as you'll notice here. We've been doing still images today. So She did, of course, the scene from Moneyball where Brad Pitt does the 50 feet of crap, and then and then there's us, and then there's Rockies. All right, so you can find that one if you follow at DNVR_Rockies. But the Rush Hour one was my favorite. As a fan of that franchise, as somebody, I think we're kind of all from that era when those movies were legit huge. I don't know, Kale, what your
I
relationship.
love the Rush Hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm glad to see they've transcended to at least one extra generation because
they have.
That scene was classic. Dude. $50 million. We did cut out the part where he says, "Who do you think you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton?" But and then of course, you want any fries with that or fives with that? Yeah. We're just talking about.
I'm more of a Shanghai Noon guy, but no, I'm
Hey,
kidding. I'm kidding.
Shanghai
No,
Noon,
no way.
phenomenal.
I love those.
Nights,
I
even
love
better.
Shanghai Noon, dude. Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights are dope.
Rush Hour.
Though Rush Hour all day, but still, all Jackie Chan movies are good. That's just a fact.
That was a great era of Jackie Chan. With the Tuxedo, did that come from that same era? That's a good movie too.
A little late in it, but yeah, all that stuff's good. All right, before we jump right back into the memes, if there's some of these you feel like you're not quite understanding, well, maybe you got to get yourself a little better educated. I'm kidding. You've got it all figured out, but always good to sharpen up the brain. Again, you might have a little bit of extra time this summer that you're not spending going down to Coors Field or going over the statistics every single day. You can go to msudenver.edu/online, take some summer classes, use the code DNVR Sports because they'll waive the application fee, which is super awesome. So whether you're trying to start a new degree, finish up an old one, just get a few extra skills under your belt, you want to go to the experts in digital education. People have been doing it for a long time, since before this whole global pandemic thing. They know how to get it done. They can be flexible with your schedule. They've incredibly smart and responsive teachers that tend to work inside the field that they teach in, so they can be a great connection for you for any job you might be looking for afterwards. So make sure you check them out at msudenver.edu/online and use that code DNVR Sports so that they'll waive the application fee for you. No application fee. If you're thinking about bettering your education, there's no reason not to jump in and see about this deal. And once you've got that education, one of the things that I'm learning is that, well, you start getting interesting prospects. You get a nice job at a digital media company, and then you find yourself going, I might want to move down to Denver. I think I can do that. I think that's within my capabilities to do. And then you call Mike and Virginia Chevalier, or you go to DNVRmortgage.com. You sign up for a free consultation, and you can enter to win a free shirt or hat from DNVR of your choice. And you can get some absolutely quality experts and I think actually most importantly, like friendly and understandable, digestible advice about refinancing or buying a new home, all the loan stuff, what the market's like, what's a good situation for you. And they really do know all this stuff. Plus, they know Colorado sports, so they can also commiserate with you about this Nolan Arenado stuff while hooking you up with a great rate. So call Virginia directly at 303-257-6578 or Mike at 970-412-2472. And again, you can visit DNVRmortgage.com for that free consultation and to maybe win a free shirt and hat. You gotta, and also gotta let you know that Michael Chevalier is NMLS number 1931006 and Virginia Chevalier is NMLS number 1910631.
Can't go wrong with either one of those bad boys. You got some more funny ones for us, Kale?
I think we do.
Oh, we got Buzz Lightyear and Woody, which honestly, when I first saw this, I thought these guys look like Dick Monfort and Jeff Bridich a little bit. Do they not?
I can, okay. Yeah.
I see resemblance. I mean, I don't think that's like they nailed it.
So Buzz is Dick, right?
No.
Oh, see, okay. I had it backwards.
See, I was thinking of things the same way Drew was.
Really? Okay.
Okay. In the comments, let us know.
Well, Dick Monfort's more the country guy. He's the country guy. He's a little taller, kind of lanky. I mean, maybe when in his younger days. That's where I saw the Woody. And Buzz, kind of the longer face, stronger chin. That's where I got Buzz. But let's see that again. What Buzz is trying to convince him. He says, we'll have limited seating this season, so it doesn't matter if we have Nolan Arenado, which is accurate. Not funny, but it's accurate. If you're worried about losing fans at the ballpark, you you
That
know,
weren't gonna
Monfort
be
might not
any.
feel it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not going to feel it, at least not this season, unfortunately.
Yeah. I wonder, I wonder if how immediately gettable this one is.
Yeah.
But it's solid. It's a 6 because it's not memes gotta get you immediately. But if you know, you know, and if you know, it works. So still a 6.
6'5", yeah. That's a good point. With the is he cheating? So she's rolled over in bed looking at him. He's wide awake. Also in this picture, clearly there's a light on. But okay, they're supposed to be sleeping. And she's thinking, is he cheating? And he's wide awake saying, they could have had Arenado, LeMahieu, and Story, and Blackman, and Dahl, ...
Walters? No, he's not on there either. But
That's
it
going
is
to
a
keep
10
you
out
up
of
at
10.
night.
I kid you not. I actually was laying awake last night thinking about this. I was sitting in my bed, unable to fall asleep, and I was like, and they were so close to having like 5 All-Stars on one team. And here we are. And I'm sad.
I counted it up today. Yeah, they're shoot. Now I can't remember what the number was. I think it's 9 All-Star games that they've shipped out between those players who aren't there anymore.
And with a decent job in free agency, you could have had a 6th. Every year there's free agents that kind of come out of nowhere that could be All-Stars, but no.
Yeah.
Oh, but here we are instead. Next meme.
This is taking a shot a little bit, so yeah, you could go. But Donald Trump is showing off, I guess, his autograph book, and on one page, must be maybe a fan-friendly section, fan appreciation day. He got a Chris Owings autograph and a Jonathan Daza autograph. It's not David Dahl and Nolan Arenado, but hey, it's still a big leaguer.
Still a
Two
big
big
leaguer.
leaguers. 2 big leaguers.
Yeah, that one's all right. I feel like
It
there was
laugh.
more potential with it. It did.
It made you laugh.
It's funny. Like the concept of it is strong, right? Very, very strong. It goes back to it's thematically the same as the one before it, right? Where are all the stars to come out and hang out with us? But I feel like I don't know. I feel like with the Donald Trump, those of you that have seen it, him holding up something and people just put whatever they want on that piece of paper. I feel like there was more. I don't know. I don't know what else I wanted out of it. I feel like the person walking out of the movie being like, well, that wasn't what I expected. Like, I wish it would have been something that it wasn't. But there's just part of me that's like, Liam's loving it, and somebody else was not so much, Wildly Innocent. So I think that represents where my mind is at. Like, I don't know.
This next one is a 10 out of 10 for me, but that's maybe just because this is one of my favorite.
It's our first score before we've seen it. So
Yeah,
I like this.
Scoring.
This is, but that might just, I don't want to overhype it. This might just be one of my favorite memes.
I've heard nothing but good things about this meme so far. It's apparently the best meme in the world. A lot of pressure on this meme right now.
Okay, I'm
Let's
sorry.
go, meme. I'm ready.
No, I have never seen this meme before.
Oh, you haven't seen the guy slowly falling off of his bike
love
meme?
this meme format. I love it. Dad. It's one of my favorites. It gets me every time, regardless of the topic. And again, here, it's perfect. It is just perfect.
Yeah.
Top panel, he's riding his bike. He's got a stick. Seems pretty happy. Sign Arenado to a lifetime contract. Things are great. Then in the second one, he decides to take the stick and put it through the spokes of his front tire. Let's include an opt-out. And then the third and final panel on the bottom, he's, of course, fallen off, clutching his knee. He made us trade him.
Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10. This is
10 out of
10. That's absolutely fantastic. The self-inflicted wound, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's the self-inflicted.
That's it in a word. Yeah.
Brandon,
Wildly Innocent is a tough grader.
I've noticed he's been in that 7 to 5, 7 to 8.5 range. I like that. Like Russian judge over here. Like you gotta
He's our Simon Cowell. He's our Simon Cowell right now. I think
you gotta have one.
That one might have the highest scores on average so far.
I went down
you might have been right.
Styles rabbit hole the other day.
Love that.
It
was a 10 out of 10 for me. All right, next up we've got the Office Space meme.
Office Space
I have seen
meme.
Office Space before you give me crap about that one. I have seen it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna need those season ticket payments now.
So this one's a 10 out of 10 specifically because of how many people. First of all, because I love Office Space. I love that actor whose name I always forget, who's a bit actor who's been in a bunch
Gary
of stuff.
Cole. I think I got it.
Is that right?
I think I got it. Yeah, I think it's Gary Cole.
He's
I always
amazing.
confuse him with Kevin Bacon. I don't know why.
Okay, that's.
I know
That's
there
the
was
weirdest
nothing-
thing you've said on the show today.
Okay, I swear to God.
Do you remember
I'm
the
gonna
character's
find
name?
Pictures.
Lumberg.
Lumberg, the boss in Office Space. My two other favorite roles of his are, of course, at one point he became the vice president on The West Wing,
Oh.
and he was one of the two-man commentary team in Dodgeball. That is the funniest part of that movie, alongside Jason Bateman.
He was the dad in the Brady Bunch movie when they decided to bring that back and made it crazy. Fun fact, Office Space was featured prominently in a reference at my wedding. It was a big movie for my wife and I at the time.
Got the dog excited. Love it. Yeah. See, here we go. We've impressed Wild the Innocent. He gave us a 9.6 on this one.
He likes
I think that's right
the Office
because
Space reference.
And again, the reason I gave it a 10 is because of the number of people who sent me text messages or DMs or just privately contacted me and said, dude, right, like as this was happening, like I just got my email to up my season tickets or for like spring training packages. Like all of that's happening right now. So literally the Rocky, like this is very true. Like, yeah, so you could go ahead and just order your season ticket package now and pretend like that didn't even happen. That'd be great.
Yeah, we could have had another meme where you could insert whoever you want's picture in that scene when they're like in the little boardroom and they say, so what is it that you say you do here, Bob? There's room for that one too. That might be a whole brand new meme. I don't even know if that exists yet.
Yeah, we're gonna have to create that one.
All right, next up.
I feel like I've seen this meme, but I can't remember any specific ones. But it's Barack Obama giving, I don't know, the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Barack Obama. And on the top, you have Dick Monfort, owner, I guess giving the an award to Dick Monfort, baseball
man.
I think we should change it to baseball fan because of the press conference yesterday where he kept saying, like, I'm a baseball fan just like you guys. Like, I'm sad about this as well, as if he didn't have any control over the situation.
Right.
And he could, as the owner of the franchise, just been like, yeah, we're not trading Nolan Arenado. So I feel like that was a little bit of him giving himself a medal. Like, look, guys, I'm a fan too. Like, I can sympathize with you.
Amazing. Yeah. 8 out of 10 for the phrase baseball man or baseball fan at work.
Just for baseball man?
Just for that.
That was a joke I tried to land.
Yeah.
It didn't land, and that's okay. We're moving on.
No.
7-5.
No, that landed.
This one might be too wordy.
Division for dummies. The rest of this is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the extra text at the bottom. Yeah, give me the buy any MLB team, exclude two-time champion Marlins. That's too much. Winning your division for dummies, I think, could have been the whole meme.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, they need to figure that out. It's not easy to win division. It's not necessarily an easy thing, but you would have guessed in close to 30 years it would have happened. And after everything that we've seen in the last week with the organization, the word dummies has been thrown around a bit. So I get that.
It's the strongest language anyone has used to describe them.
Yes, all of the words, all of those people who have used that word to describe them. Yes, they have. They have used the word dummies.
All right.
I like this one a lot. This one's, I guess, a newer meme where Donald Trump, and I don't know the origins of this or the backstory. Maybe you would, Drew, but you had a little kid in a red polo shirt mowing the lawn, probably the back lawn at the White House, and Trump saying, "Let's pick up the pace. The D-backs are coming to town this week." I guess this suggests that there's more cost-cutting measures taking place for the Rockies. So now they're gonna have kids mowing the lawn at Coors Field. Could be a stretch, but I like where it's coming from.
I'm not sure I fully get this one.
Yeah, I don't think I get it.
But I like it. Like, I feel it in my bones more than I fully understand what it's going for. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10 just because there's something about prepping for a Rockies Diamondback series.
But maybe that's how you bring kids
into an occasion. Yeah.
Maybe that's how you bring kids into the ballpark and stuff. You say, hey, you could be on the field. Now you got to mow the lawn. But you know what? And I don't know, maybe the insurance wouldn't be too costly and you still end up saving some money on some employees. I don't know.
All right, up next.
I don't think I'd seen this one.
Pretty good.
Have you guys seen this meme a lot from The Simpsons?
No, I don't know. Of all the Simpsons memes, this is not one I'm familiar with.
Me neither.
I've seen this a couple times. I think this is like one of those like deep cut memes that like if you follow like all the deep meme pages on Instagram, you'll see, because that's where I've seen it before. But
looks like they're on board.
Very funny.
Some kind of boat in the middle of the ocean where there are no laws, and they're all gambling. There's two monkeys with knives fighting, so they're gambling on these monkeys. And the caption at the top says, "Who will trade away their best players first? Rockies or Pirates?"
I'm putting my money on the Rockies because I don't think Trevor Story suits up in a Rockies uniform on opening day.
See, what I would the only change, and it doesn't make grammatical sense, but I would say actually it's who would trade them in the worst way, because the Pirates will trade them first. The Pirates will move those dudes out like in a heartbeat. The Rockies are like, let's hold on to them well past there. Now, other than this situation, but like Tulo or whomever else, Brad Hopp, like, dude, you remember Brad Hopp? How old are we again?
But also, do the Pirates even have any more star players? I mean,
who do the Pirates
they just traded Josh Bell, but he wasn't that big of a star.
No.
So yeah, but you get it again. That could be, you have to be more of a baseball guy, I guess.
Liam makes a great point though. 10 out of 10, Simpsons is the best.
Can't go wrong with
That's
Simpsons.
a solid argument.
I feel like we're workshopping some ideas in the future for other memes that we may create.
We're creating more memes.
We're like, okay, Simpsons, check. We need to have more Simpsons memes.
Right. Totally.
We have heard you.
And then we are finally at our last meme of the day, everybody.
Oh,
wow, we made it.
Classic.
Yes. Thinking man pointing at his head. Aha moment meme. You can't lose 100 games. They only play 60 again. Sad out of 10. That's the one part. So this is the one meme today that has connected the Rockies crap with MLB crap, and maybe that's why it's the one that makes me even sadder than all the other ones, because it is the one that like combines this idea that like this is a Rockies problem 100%, but it is also a baseball problem.
It exists in a world in which there's other things happening. Yeah, good point.
In which all of this other mishandling of everything else that's gone on between the owners and the players union, and the mishandling of the pandemic and all this other crap that makes it so that this on any level could possibly make sense to anybody, even if it doesn't make sense to any of us, that you could be in a situation where you're doing this. Yep, comments are lighting it up. 100 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 60 out of 10. Yeah, man. That's. I think it's a better version of the one earlier that was the Toy Story one, right? Of like there won't be fans in the stands or whatever. It's this idea that maybe the most cynical reason for why this was done was because there maybe won't be any real world financial implications.
Yeah, logistically, it makes sense. I mean, I essentially thought if they're going to trade Nolan Arenado, they should have done it last year, because again, you would have had 2 years of control before his opt out. So you could have gotten a little bit more on that. And then also, again, there were no fans last year. So now you got no fans for 2020. 2021 rolls around, even if you can only fit in 50%, I think Wrigley recently there was some news about them maybe getting 50%. So 24,000. I mean, I would think the Rockies could get 24,000 on a night in a pandemic, which you can't go outside. So they're still going to get those numbers. So really, when do they feel the impact of the fans ire because, and going back to that meme, I think that it's so painful because, you and I, besides it being our job, we love baseball. So we're going to go to the games and we're going to have a good time. And there are going to be those moments where we go, oh man, Nolan would have made that play, or Nolan would have gotten that hit. And then there'll be just those things where, man, they lost again. They won 2 games out of this, 7 or 10 game homestand. And yeah, it'll suck, but there's still so much goodness that's there. But if it's only 60 games, oh man, now that's a realization that, yeah, this thing could go wrong, and we still have a ways to go. And I don't know. We'll see. February 17th is when they're supposed to be reporting for spring training.
We'll find out.
Let's see if it happens.
All right, we do have to sign off, but since our guy Cygnus made one, we got to finish with what he made here. Another classic.
Eric Andre, not to be confused with our own Eric and Andre.
The why would you do this? Shooting the guy in the chair meme, for those of you that have seen that but have never seen the show. Blatant disrespect, uncompetitive, no communication, Bridich. Nolan, why would you do this to us?
Yeah, Nolan's a bad man. He's a bad man.
I think that's where we got to end it. All right, thank you all for laugh crying through this with us. Make sure that you continue to do so by you got to follow that YouTube channel. We really are going to be there so much more often, hanging out with you. It's the best way to make sure that your comments get to us. When you smash that like button, everybody can come hang out with us. Really do appreciate it there. Of course, you can find us on social media when we're not live on YouTube. That's at Patrick D. Lyons, at Drew Creasman, at DNVR_Rockies, and at Kale Sorbo. You can subscribe to the DNVR.com, which gives you access to all the written content, discounts on hats, shirts, masks, a bigger beer when you come down to the DNVR bar, and access to send us memes 24/7 right there in the Discord chat, whether it's Rocky stuff, professional wrestling, hiking, snowboarding, TV, movies, food. We love hanging out and talking with all of you. And as we've said, feels like a million times this week, it's better when we do all this stuff together. So thank you all for continuing to be absolutely awesome out there. Oh, Liam does want to know, I forgot we were going to do this. Did you have a best one? Did you have a favorite? I didn't. We might have to update you in the future. Did you have a favorite, Kale?
Oh yeah, for sure. The
guy on the bike.
Yeah,
I think that was mine too.
It's my fave.
Yeah. It lived up to the hype. You hyped it up, and I think that's what made it so memorable for me.
The other one I love. I know you guys gave this a bad rating. I loved the Jane Lynch one.
Yeah.
I think we should get what's an award for most creative. I think this might be the most creative one.
I gotta go with our guy Nikki for most creative on the just selling them off for giving you $50 million. Yeah. So, well, Brendan, we appreciate you enjoying the live stream. Hopefully, they continue to be as fun as this one, at least as entertaining. Let's use that word. Thank you all for continuing to be absolutely awesome out there. I do promise you that we will continue to be absolutely Patrick Lyons, Drew Creasman, and Kale Sorbo in here. And until next time, we will see you at the ballpark.